Yeehaw, cowboys, settlers, Native Americans, and others et al. How are we doing?
Good. I have just finished a really, really, really busy day of work and needing to find the inspiration to start drafting Project Alien today. So I'm gonna need
Well,
a few minutes to
let
come.
me and Becca be your muses.
Yes. Oh my God, it's exciting.
I've got like a long list of things to do that I'm staring at, and it's terrifying me. So I'm just looking forward to crossing some things and be done
Well,
with
there'll
those.
be plenty of sprinting for you to cross off things.
But what do you mean by long list? Long list for that particular story, or like just in
No,
general, long list of stuff
I've
you
got a
do?
long list in general. I need to start filming episode 3 of Project Alien because I'm filming the whole process this entire time. So before I start drafting, I want to film a quick intro. Then I want to set up a file for it, which I haven't done. I'd like to potentially make a temporary cover and maybe a mood board. And then I was like, I probably should film both of those. So that's like 6 things already.
Yeah.
I
She's a
haven't
content creator.
Yes.
like honestly, I've been really good with my videos, and the problem is that now I need to keep up with myself. I've got
I
so many
mean,
little
yeah.
things. Like I've got to make an update on my Q1 goals because like things like low buy and everything. I wanted to do a quick update video. I need to buy the story grid, or I feel like maybe I already have, so I need to check where it is on my Kindle.
Okay.
I need to start reading it. I need to gather/review the comments Anna's left on my last draft of The Art of Summoning Demons, see what I'm going to implement. I need to revise the query letter. I need to send it to other people potentially. I need to update my... Anyway, so...
She is booked and blessed.
I was going to say, though, that made my chest hurt. I'm like,
and on top of things today, my design director unfortunately can't work at the moment because of family stuff. So I'm doing 2 people's jobs at once. So today was a little bit similar in terms of work stuff. I was like, okay, I have to do this job and then that job and then this and then. So it's just my brain is a little bit like.
Well, Malin, I know that you are me. We're both anxious overachievers, so you got this.
You do.
I got this.
You got this. I twitch.
Exactly.
Miss Becca, what's on your to-do list?
I mean, it's kind of similar, but mine's more of I'm split. Okay, I'm split because I have I don't even know where to begin. I probably shouldn't even talk. I'll probably go talk tomorrow. Anyway, I'm split because I have some things that I don't know what should be priority. I guess that's my problem. So I did get the notes back from my CPs for the script. So it really wasn't that many changes. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to just quickly finish that. And then I would like to send it to you, Stieg. I think it's finally in the place where I can send it to, because my CPs have been getting like round after round after round, like now do this, now do that, now that. So I think now it'd be good to get new eyes, like totally new eyes on it.
Got 2 cerulean orbs, Becca, locked and loaded.
Not the orbs.
So that's kind of like not really much of a task, right? Because that's just like putting it out into the world and just waiting for feedback. But then in the meantime, they both, my CPs gave me a approval of like, okay, you can restart the book now. So I'm like, should I work on the book now and finish that draft? But in the meantime, there's all these contests coming up for screenwriting. And I have 2 ideas that I think would be really good for contests. And I'm like, do I work on those? And then there's this Her Universe fashion show contest where it's like nerd couture. And I've entered before, but I had this idea for a Parks and Rec dress that I really, really want to design and submit, but that would take time too. So I can't decide what could be my priority.
Would any of the contest stuff, are they all doable on time? And then
that's the thing, is that
if there's any that you're like, that's already going to be tight, don't do it. Just don't focus on that.
Okay. Yeah, because there is one there's one it's not necessarily a great like career prize, but it is a good cash prize. So you can win. If you win, you get $25,000, but that due date is the 15th.
Right.
So a part of
Good
me is
God.
like, I could just enter what I have and just who cares? Like I'd probably I know I'm going to make changes no matter what, but like at least I could just enter what I have. And I might just do that. But then her universe thing, the fashion thing is April 28th. So if I want to do that, I have to make the designs, which isn't like a huge process, but you can do a video, and I really would like to do a video since I know I could probably, express more. I don't know. See, this is so dumb. Like I'm literally frozen right now. I'm doing nothing because I can't figure out what to do.
Can you start by making a list and a plan?
I know. I saw your list and I was all like, oh, maybe I should just, and then see what the
I mean, that just helps me, and I don't know if it helps other people the same, but I like to see things in writing so I know what's manageable. And then if I had something like you, which is more deadline, like you've got certain deadlines at different dates, then I would probably also make a quick calendar plan of like, okay, if I work on those days on this and this and that, and if I work on those days on the but that's just because I'm an over organizer, and I don't know if it helps you.
I'm like half and half. I'm like, like I have all the dates in my calendar of the due dates, but I don't have any like planning up to those dates.
Yeah.
Just like, well, that's what it is. And so if I get there, I get there.
You got to work backwards if you do that. The best way to do it, I find, is, okay, if I want to have this ready by that date, then I need to have done this by that date, then I need to have done that by that date. Like working it backwards, I think is the most helpful when you have like a lot of deadlines.
Okay, so prioritize which contests are the good ones and then kind of go back from there.
Yeah. Because like you said, you could, like, why not do it if it's money? You might as well enter what you've got.
Yeah, if you lose, you lose. But if you win, you got 25 grand,
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly.
Facts.
Yes. Okay, that's what I'm doing for sprint. I'm making a list.
Okay. We're gonna open up with like a short little cute list making sprint. So don't worry about it, Becca. And I'm still in my cowboy yeehaw era. I just reached Act 3 of my novel, so I will be writing
round of applause.
Whatever the first chapter of Act 3 is. Oh, the finale, like gathering the team. I think that's where I am at. I'm doing a jailbreak.
Love it.
There's stuff going on. There's going to be surprises, twists and turns. Do I know any of these twists and turns? No. But, the path is made while I walk.
You should make a list of the twists and turns.
Yes.
I don't know. I just want to get this draft out of my brain so I can just actually look at what I got and just make an actual plan and just like, okay, this doesn't make sense here, but if I move it here, that makes it this point, and you can put this for the like I just need to get it out of my brain so I can just look at it, because I think I'm a lot better at organizing stuff that I have than organizing stuff that I don't have.
So you want to have your zero draft there so that you can move the pieces around.
Not to toot my own horn, but I don't even think it's a zero draft. I think it's a first draft.
Nice.
So I mean, yeah, it's going to be like 78. Nope, it is 70. So it's going to be like 80, 85K words. That's not a zero draft. So I think I just need to get it out so I can just pick it apart and put it back together, but better.
Okay.
Yeah. That's exciting.
It is very exciting. What's also exciting is that we got a bunch of friends watching. So let's say hello. Keiko, wave emoji, you too. Sup? Keiko says, I'm at 1.7K for the day. Wow, okay. Slay. Normal goal 1.3 and almost finished with chapter 1. Okay. Do you do the track bear thing? Because I want to see you on the top of the leadboard.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing the track bear thing as well.
Mars says, I haven't done any writing yet today. I'm working on finishing up this book I'm reading first, and I'll get writing probably after dinner. TBH. That's fair. Phoebe is here. Hello, hello. And Wendy is here. Hello. Becca, your fit is so cute. And
Oh,
Phoebe was
thanks.
literally just about to say that too.
Ah,
So cute.
thanks.
It is giving cottage-core indeed. And Marlene is indeed giving overachiever.
Did you match like the color, the green you've chosen? You know, like where you can see Wildmer in the like the little name tag thing. It's matching
wow.
Becca's outfit.
I
So
think this is just
Oh,
sage
yeah.
green that I like. But yeah, it's all for you,
True.
Becca, sure. His cerulean orbs were locked and loaded. They sure were, Becca. So just anytime. Same with you. Yeah, anytime. Author Jessica's here. Going to start plotting hot, wet, queer summer story first, and then we're jumping back into Krampus. Nicole is here. Hello, fellow AuthorTube friends. Just dropping by to share that this today is the big cover reveal for the AuthorTube Beltane anthology, which is
Ooh.
exciting. Did I miss any comments? No, I don't think so. If I skipped your comment, I'm so sorry. Wallace just dropped a new video indeed. Her little April Goals videos. Well, not little, actually, 23 minutes and 28 seconds, but it is there for anyone who wants to feast their orbs on it. Laura is here with us. Morning. He's slaying. I don't know about that, but he is giving it his best shot. Do we have a high tower surprise? We don't yet. So I don't know. If anyone got some good high tower surprises for a Western novel, call it. Literally anything.
is there anyone you can make a traitor? I love a good traitor.
I've already made like a huge plot twist about a traitor, so I was like, it can't be two in a book. That's
Can
silly.
you have anyone that is bad that we thought was dead that you can bring back and is actually not dead?
No, not that either. I just did that. Someone good who they thought died, but then turned out to be not dead. I have like this unusual alliance, I guess, that you don't really think about early in the novel, and then you're like, oh, you're gonna work together, I guess, for the greater good.
Something could break there, I guess, but
yeah, I don't know. But again, I need to get it on my brain so I can pick it apart and then make it a real book. So I don't have a high tower surprise yet, but so many snaps for Steve. Thank you. Wendy is setting up a new personal spreadsheet because I wanted to keep tracking my writing all year. That's fair. I'm sorry to let you down with Track Bear for the month of April. Malin, do you have a list of your lists?
it's called a notebook, and I do. I literally just write new lists per day if I feel like, I'm done with the day before.
Perfect word count, by the way. Beautiful. 85K. Is this in reference to that? Keiko says, my draft kind of turns into a first draft too. I had to remind myself today so many times that it's a rough draft. Yep. Yep, do the Track Bear, but I import my progress when I'm finished for the day, figuring out how. You can have a little twist, like a gun jamming at the worst moment. Something minor that will up the tension. If there's any more tension, I think it's gonna snap ours. It's just there's so
That's
much
what
like
we want.
but it's just like it's been 70,000 words of tension. Like there's gotta be like a little bit of untension. But I've like started writing a lot of emotions into the ending, so I guess we could also just do action. You did not let me down. I think the change could be good. Track Bear is fresh and new, and my brain likes that. I am the same way, Wendy. Speaking of fresh brains, are we ready to go into our first sprint? We know Becca will be making a list. We know
Yes.
Malin will be reviewing her. And I'll be trying to write some words.
Oh, what goals did you put into Track Bear?
I put 10,000 words for the month. I hope that'll get me through Act 3.
Nice.
And if I need more words, then that's a win. My goal is to finish Act 3 by the end of the month. Did I spend a year on Act 2? Sure. But, I'm delusional enough to think that I can finish an act in a month.
To be fair, Act 2 is basically 2 acts.
Yeah.
So it's like 2A and Act 2B, so.
Oh my god, it was so long. It was just like one chapter after the other. It was strenuous. I think it was 19 chapter in my Act 2 or something. So it's a bit long.
Fair.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say it's been 70,000 years. That's what it feels like writing this draft. Honestly, it's only been... I started November 2023 on the first go, and then I quit after the first act, and then I restarted the book in June, July last year. So it's not even been a year, but it feels like 70,000 years. I put 40K for the rough draft and tracked the chapters. Caritastics 20 chapter plotting. That is a very good way to do it. Act 2 is just 2 acts in a trench coat pretending to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just one damn thing after another, except the thing is another chapter. I mean, it just never ends until you hit the final chapter. And I
Yeah.
don't think I'll have a whole lot of chapters in my third act, to be fair, because there's only the finale and the final image. But since I don't know my finale, I don't know. Let's see. We're gonna support local artists for a minute, and we're gonna do a little timer
It's
seaside.
me. I'm local artist.
You are a local artist, close personal friend of the channel.
I did, but if you go down in the description, you can click on the time that you want.
Oh,
Also.
can you like chop it up here? Not that I need to. I
It,
can just
it
click.
was meant to do that, and I don't know why it's not working. Normally, when you do that, it will do it automatically, right? But it's not happened, so I don't know why.
Don't know why. But anyway, 20 minutes on the clock so that Becca can scramble together a list over our plans, and we're gonna review and revise that list when we get back, Becca. So just prepare for that.
Okay.
And
I'm
also,
ready.
don't forget to make your goals smart goals. So
Oh, yes.
I'm not doing that.
I'll do that
Okay,
in the,
Alan.
maybe possibly in the next. This one is just the straight up to do.
The first draft.
Yeah, the first draft.
Okay, 20 minutes on the clock, starting now. I love the calm of the ocean. Let's see. Where's this? Nope, not you. There you go. How did you do for that sprint? Oh, we are delighted to announce a special guest. Oop, and she can't be here because Hello, nope.
It's just
There you go. Hello, Marta.
Hi. Oh my god, really cutting it fine there.
It is a-okay. I'm just happy that you had time to arrive.
Thank you. I'm so happy to see you. How's everyone doing?
Good.
We are doing well. Let's see how everyone's doing, actually. And Malin, did you get anything done?
I reviewed a video I needed to do, so I've crossed that off my list. And then I started filming I filmed my intro for episode 3 of Project Alien, and then I can start setting up the First Draft Pro. I'm still second guessing myself if I want to use
First Draft Pro.
I do like it for first drafts, which this is what it is. I just wish I could also write from my phone, which Ellipsis has, but I don't like Ellipsis as much because it doesn't have the same outlining thing that First Draft Pro has. So
I do like First Draft Pro, but I don't want to pay for it. And if you don't pay for it, you're very limited in what you can do.
Yeah, that's true.
But I do like it. Or what's that one Anna uses? Plotter? No.
No, it's I know what you. I forgot. There's so many. I know she uses another one that is quite expensive, I think.
Dribble, not dribble.
Yeah,
Drabble.
dribbles for designers.
I think Drabble sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
think
Anna
that's what
has
that is.
reviewed multiple programs on her channel, so it's hard to tell which one she actually uses.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it is Drabble indeed.
That does ring a bell.
Yeah.
And I also do enjoy Drabble. But again, I don't want to pay for it, so I'm just using Scrivener for now. Tried and true. Okay, did you cross off? Oh, you said what you did. You get to cross off any of that, or?
Yeah, I crossed 2 off. I mean, I have a little squares and I fill them in. I prefer to do that. Yeah.
Was very satisfactory. Ms. Becca C. Smith.
Well, I wrote a to-do list.
Don't laugh.
It's big and intimidating, but I did color code it. I did green. I did the deadlines. I wrote all the deadlines first, and I put green for money, and then I put blue for career long term, and then I put red for fun, like bucket list kind of thing, which is just the Her Universe thing, basically. Because the Her Universe thing is not like it. I just don't want to end up going, I made a huge mistake. Like if I got picked. Like it'd be great if I got picked because, like I said, this is a bucket list. This is fun. This would be amazing. I've always wanted to do this, but it would eat up so much time because you're making a couture dress. So you get picked it's like mid-May. You have until Comic-Con, which is end of July, to make it. But since I'm leaving for July, I will only have June and end of May to make the dress. And if I have all these other deadlines for scripts, you're saying like I have to.
I mean, it sounds like the choice has been made already, Becca.
It sounds a lot like you're trying to explain to us why you're not going to do that one. I think.
I know, but I want to. Like, there's this.
Can you want to next year when you don't have all these deadlines?
No, because each year is themed, and this year's the theme is NBC Universal or just Universal, and so that's why I could actually do the Parks and Rec dress this year, but I would not be able to do it next year. So I'd have to come up with a new design next year. Which this one is just like it's so perfect, and it's just like.
But couldn't you do the Parks and Rec's dress for yourself at a different time and then match up?
Where would I wear it? Like it's a couture giant like dress. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't spend the money if I wasn't going to be on a, in a contest kind of thing.
So sounds to me like you want to do it.
Wait, say that again?
Sounds to me like you do want to do it.
Oh, I do. I really, really do want to do it. Like this is a bucket list thing, but it's just like priorities, right? Like, am I being just like, I don't know.
I think we said, sounds like you're trying to tell us you don't want to do it and you shouldn't, and then you've just given us a bunch of reasons why you do. So I think Marta's right. You want to do this one.
I do want to do it, but can I make it work? I guess is my problem. Like, can I make all the scripts and stuff that I want to write for the contests work with the Her universe? I think that's what I'm worried about. Like, what if I get so overwhelmed because I've just put too much on my plate?
Could you take one thing away?
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely could, but like, the overachiever in me is all like, but I don't want to, and so that's what I have to figure out. Like, there probably is something I need to take off the plate. Like, I probably should take the pilot that I'm going to write.
As Coco Chanel says, take one thing off before you leave the house.
I don't like that. Yeah, I guess I just have to really soul search and figure it out. But I don't want to be frozen while I'm soul searching, and I think that's what's happening. Is I'm freezing myself and just being like, I don't know which one.
Well, you're doing stuff anyway, like the manuscript, waiting for feedback. So
Yeah,
it's not like
I
you're
haven't.
frozen in time.
I'm not like I definitely have been working on the screenplay. Like, that is the one thing that I've been working on nonstop, and then I gave it. I think the problem is, when you give things out to your CPs and you have this like blank time, and then that's when you come
Can't
up with all the
relate.
ideas.
No, because I'm doing something else during that break.
Well, that's the problem, is that it's like I was working on the outline for this new screenplay, and then I'm working on this outline for the new pilot. So I think it's just too many ideas, and I just need to figure out which one I should do. I just right now I'm in that weird space where they all seem like equally important, and they probably aren't. But I just need to I don't know how to determine that. How do you guys determine what's more important? Like, which project is more important?
I only work at one at a time, so I'm not the right person to ask.
Really, you don't have any other things tempting you of other
I mean,
projects?
yes, but I just
You just
I don't
ignore
do
them.
them.
Yeah. I mean, for me,
Okay.
I was hesitating between two to start on, and then I decided I couldn't start Project Snowstorm because it needs more world building than I have done at the moment, and I've got a few books I want to read for it first, and
Okay.
I was itching to draft, so I decided to go with the easy one. So
Okay. I could do that too, because the pilot is massive world building. I would need to really map out 5 seasons. Like, I would have to do the whole thing. Whereas the screenplay, I've kind of already got the outline. It's an action comedy, so I could potentially work on.
I think when you have a lot of things on your plate, doing the thing that's going to bring you the satisfaction of crossing it off after.
I know.
It's kind of nice sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, Marta's gone.
Oh no. There you
There
are.
you go. Sorry, was I frozen for everyone else? I couldn't tell if it was my internet or my camera.
It
It was your camera, it
It
looked
just
like.
went out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went
Yeah,
out.
looks like it was. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay. Well, enough about me, Marta.
Oh no,
How
I'd
are
love to
you?
hear more about you, Becca.
How are you doing, Marta? What are you doing for the month of April?
I am doing alright. Oh, damn it, is it frozen again?
You
You're
are
frozen to me,
frozen,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
you're
But I
still
can
there
hear
this
you.
time.
It's okay. If you can hear me, I just stay with that face on.
It's a lovely face.
Thank you, Skeek. Yeah, I guess it's the question, what am I doing for April Adventures, or just in general?
For April Adventures, particularly.
Well, my goal is 15 hours. Presumably that's going to be project site, but I reserve my right to change projects halfway through the month. Because I've got a spring book I want to work on, so when spring starts calling me, I'll switch over to that one.
Okay.
I think that's my entire answer.
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yes.
And I got 318 words for that sprint.
Yay.
Had to stop and do some world building, but it was just put a band-aid on it and move on.
Yeah.
Let's see what our friends did. We were joined by Bombastus. Hello, hello, hello. And Laura wrote a letter. Yay. It made me happy. I'm so happy. Bombastus says, for the second month in a row, I've fallen sick and I'm hoping April will be my catch-up writing month. There's no catching up. You just do. Watch Wallace's video. Any reviews, thoughts, hopes, dreams, prayers, Keiko? Call in.
There's a new Wallace video? Oh my god, I'm excited.
He just posted it just before we went into sprint April writing goals.
Hmm.
Regina is here. Hello, hello. Dropping in to say hi. Jacob came home right at the start of the sprint, so we just chatted that sprint. Regina will leave their window open to contribute to views, doing some work away from the computer.
It's so funny
I'm not
because my brain read that as like, I'm just going to leave my physical house window open.
I know, me too. I was like,
How's that
window.
going to work?
Drabble, yes. Atticus, Butter. I don't know any of these.
I do know Butter, but I've never heard of Atticus before.
Wendy cleaned up their sheets and started building a new one. Oh, Excel sheets, not, bed sheets. Gotcha. The dawdling writer is here. Hello, hello, hello. Jessica got 213 for outlining for that sprint and have landed on island, sci-fi, fantasy, mer-person stuff. Ooh. Delegator shenanigans to Snake.
I know, right? Snake, where are you?
About 5 seasons?
Yeah, it's not crazy. It's like what they want is like just like a sentence or two of the major arc of each season. So basically just show where it's going. Because sometimes you could just write a pilot and be like, woo, and then like, leave all these, cliffhangers and things like that. And if you don't know where it's going, they need to know that you know where it's going. So it's
Hello,
not
Lost.
Yeah. Yeah, unless exactly. You can make anything you want if you have the power to do it. But
Keiko is tempted to buy the dashboard too, but it's too expensive. Like, oh my god, the dashboard for what? Did I miss? I don't know, Keiko, call it. Atticus is a formatting software, but you can also write directly into it. It is what I use to format my books.
oh.
So many words that mean different things in different contexts. Sure, indeed. Yes, absolutely. I think I just want to get these words done, my last 25 words. So I think we're going to...
You're so close.
Oh, Lost. I'm a losty. The memories. I also watched however many seasons I got through, but it's just like, oh, keeping on. Like, what was that comment from Mars? It's just one thing. It's just one damn thing after another, and I felt like very much that was Lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, whew. Yeah. So many words that mean different things. Rare sheets. That makes sense. With Lost, it was just like, it just was more and more and more mysteries and no answers, and then we got some answers. I was like, that's dumb.
Yeah, well, especially when you look at the interview of J.J. Abrams in season 1, and he was all like, trust us, it's not purgatory. It is not purgatory. And then by the end of the show, they were like, yeah, let's make a purgatory. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do it.
Oh
like,
my god, infuriating.
and you're like, no, like you literally told us that it wasn't. And you're like, we would, and he even said, like in his interview, that would be lame. And you're like, yeah, it was. You were right. It was lame.
I feel like my main issue with American TV shows very often is that they rely so much on the viewership that then they're like, oh, we're doing good. We could do another season. And like, I'm not saying I love the fact that I have to wait for a million years for some of the other shows I watch, but Korean TV shows, I feel like sometimes will be like, hey, we've got an entire story panned out. And then if it ends at the end of season 1, you don't have a huge cliffhanger because we finished the main story of season 1. And then if Netflix cancels on us, we're fine. And like, I feel like all of the other shows are not learning from that. And it's just, I'm so frustrated by all of these because it's either they get a short-lived term and it's like, you don't have a satisfying ending, or they go on for way too fucking long. And it's like, you're just making dumb shit as you go now. Like, stop it. This is me writing fan fiction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keiko says it's a typical Abrams problem, the mystery box, and then they don't know where it goes. But it isn't, says Gaze Everywhere, so I don't know. I was so confused by the ending, and then my brother had to explain it to me. I never got to the ending, so I don't know. Yes, they stretched it out endlessly. Seriously, some of the biggest mysteries were not solved until the last episode, like the whispers in the jungles, why the dead appear, and what the smoke monsters, aka Blackie. It is an indicator of both what could have been and And the way for us to have closure, Jack dies on the island, so we'll lose the main guy, and Hugo's left as its guardian with freaky ass blue eyes guys. But Purgatory is almost like a meeting place. I love the K-drama format of longer single seasons.
Yeah.
I'd rather have 3 seasons and a good story than having 15 seasons of nothing and stupid.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like Ryan Murphy does a lot of the same thing in his franchises where he has great setups, but then like from the midpoint and on, it's just like falls apart into nothingness. Yeah. Bombastic says, hard agree. I get so frustrated when shows leave on a cliffhanger in the hopes that they'll get picked up for a second season. I will usually not watch anything until I know for sure.
Yeah, there's like one creator in particular. I won't say his name, but like he has great season 1s, and then he lets his writers take over on season 2 and beyond. And like if you ever look at his shows, you'll see like the season 1s are so well done. They're like they can kind of like, honestly, you could just I usually if I do a rewatch, I'll just pretend it got canceled after season 1 type thing. And
That's so
only rewatch it. Yeah, like it's literally like, and he was always kind of the master of that. But the problem is that he didn't give anything for them to go on. He just let them run free, and that's why the shows would fall apart like almost instantly.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Who is this? Or what show? Without mentioning name.
Okay, well, his name is Tim Kring, and he did like Heroes. So like
oh.
Heroes.
The way we all agree with Heroes.
Yeah, like
I only watched season 1.
And you see how it kind of ended in season 1, where they stopped the nuclear bomb, and like and you can literally finish watching the show at that time, and then he lets his writers be the showrunners, and he goes to another show. And so the problem is that they're kind of left flailing, and it shows. Like you can tell they had no direction. They kind of went here, they went everywhere, and the show just immediately like jumped the shark like in season 2. And so, yeah, poor Marta, man, she just keeps freezing.
I'm working on it. I'm sorry.
I'm all like, I keep looking over, and it's all like you move for a second, and then it's all like,
Does your computer not have a camera as well, Marta? Could you switch to that one?
I was trying. It's like not letting me switch for some reason. I'll work on it during the sprint. Don't worry about it. I'll just be on like voice only for now.
Case Everywhere says, I also believe they stretched it out because the XX wouldn't let them end the show in season 5.
For Lost, yeah.
We're joined by Anna. Hello. Hi, sun emoji, star emoji. We really had no way of fighting that. Don't remind me. The fastest way to make me cry is to show me the last 2 minutes of Lost. After the first half of season 7 of the 100, I just pretend it ended in season 5.
Yeah.
Aang says, sorry for being a Lost defender. It is incurable.
It's okay. Love what you love, man.
Yeah. The cam is acting up. One of the best planned out shows, in my opinion, is Dark from Netflix. They really tied everything beautifully there.
Ooh,
I think
not American.
Oh, is it really? Yeah, I haven't seen it. Is it good?
It's German, yeah. And also anything by Mike Flanagan. He usually does 1-season shows like Haunting of Hill House. That show with the priest on the island. Oh my god, Midnight Mass, incredible.
Midnight Mass was so good.
Oh my god. But he does a lot of.
Although he needs to cut down on the monologues, but otherwise,
I love the monologues. I need more monologues.
It was so fucking much. I was like,
a good Mike Flanagan monologue. Yes. Ooh, I eat that up like gold.
You agreed. The one I told you was too long. You were like, yes, that one was too long.
Which one was that?
It's like at the end when they're on the boat. I'm not gonna say more. Yeah. You didn't think that was too long?
I'm a monologue defender. And I think that's one of the.
I think it was a good
traits. I think that's one of the traits I enjoy with a Mike Flanagan show is the monologues, because it's always like, especially in Hill House and Midnight Mass, his monologues are always like. I mean, nobody speaks like that in real life. Nobody talks to another person like that. But it's almost like
them not because of the length, but because they were well written in the middle, and then it kept like being like, oh, this would be a perfect end to that that monologue, and then he would go on, and they'd be like, "Oh, here would be a perfect end to that," and then he would go on and be like, "Just fucking stop where it's strong," and he kept not stopping where it was like a really strong point. I was like, "This is losing its strength so much."
I don't really recall what you're talking to. Is it the one in the boat?
I think it was that one. It was either that or like it's basically, you know, like the two main characters. There's like two monologues. At some point he's talking a lot, and at some point she's talking a lot. And it's one of the two. I can't remember which
She's
one.
talking a lot in the house. And I
Yeah.
love that. That's one of my favorite monologues ever on TV.
I can't remember which one it was, but it was one of these two where like it kept happening where I was like, right now, stop right there. That's amazing. And then it'd go on. And I'm like, oh my God.
I'm a Mike Flanagan monologue defender. I'm so sorry.
But they could be cut. You could have a
I mean, anything can be cut, but you know, I can
not
still
cut
appreciate it.
down, just cut with someone responding. It could become a
Oh.
slide dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, it is a monologue for a reason. It is more like philosophical, like micro-philosophical. Ooh, that's a difficult word. Micro-philosophical essays, almost. A lot of them.
But it feels like
Um,
any newer like writer, for instance, I'm just thinking of books, but I imagine it's the same in TV shows, would not be able to get away with it. It's very like no one told him he couldn't do that, and he really should have, you know, cut them a little bit with interactions.
I mean, I find it very hard to disagree with you, Malin, in general, but I do. I do think that, you know, watching a Mike Flanagan show, if you know who Mike Flanagan is, and like if you enjoy his kind of universes, that's one of the things you want from a Mike Flanagan show, is like a lengthy monologue about existentialism and, you know, space or the stars or death or whatever. But yeah.
Jack
Yeah.
Schaefer, she's like that too, though. She does the one and done. She
Oh my God, yeah.
One
But
of
she
the-
does a lot sharper monologues than.
But she does. I just mean the one season. Like she'll do like
Yeah.
WandaVision, and then she'll do Agatha, and then she'll do like, and she's like, I have no desire to do any. See, even though we all want them, but
Oh, I'm so devastated.
Though we might be wrong in wanting them, because then we'd be
I know.
complaining and be like, has gone on for too long, and now it doesn't make
I
sense.
know, but it's like, come on.
But still,
I
like,
know.
at least with Agatha All Along, the ending is so just.
Yeah, except
It lends itself to a second
it
season.
does. Except
Yeah.
that I think it's probably more for the movies. Like they're just gonna put them.
I
Yeah.
don't give a shit about the movies, Becca.
Yeah, I've stopped watching the movies completely, so
I know.
TV shows.
Yeah.
So
Oh
true.
my God, it's such a good show. But then again, Jack Schaefer, Mike Flanagan, incredible directors. I also like the one who does Conjuring of Hill House. Nope, The Conjuring. There you go. James
Mhm.
Woo, is that his name? I forget.
Mhm.
And then also, and this is so cliche, but Laz Berman. That's not his name.
Baz Luhrmann.
Baz Luhrmann. I also like
You said it
his.
switched. It's fine.
I also like his movies a lot. He's a good director, and then
Yeah. Absolutely.
also might be controversial, but I think Sofia Coppola makes incredible movies too.
Very pretty, but not for me.
I like him. I think she makes movies for a particular kind of viewer, and I am that viewer. Yeah, there was like a second of movement, so I was like, "Oh, she fixed that," and then it froze again. For Marta, it is so good. I guess this is dark. I recommend reading subtitles because the acting is top tier.
We
I try
always
to do-
do that, yeah. This is the problem as well, as I start thinking I speak like German or Korean or something, and then I'm eating, I'm like, oh shit, no, I don't know what they're saying.
I recommend reading subtitles because the acting is top tier. I tried rewatching the show with the dub and wanted to throw up. They did such a piss poor job at it.
I hate that.
The subtitles, though, are not entirely accurate. A lot of nuance gets missing.
But you get the same problem with dubbing, because often they have to match the length of, you know, dialogue, so you'd have the same issue.
It's a time travel show, but it explores it so thoroughly and thoughtfully. I have almost watched Dark, but then I didn't. Dubbing live action stuff is always so weird to me. Like, I get why, but it's too uncanny valley to me. I think this is a cultural thing. A lot of nations will automatically dub everything, while a lot of nations just have the English. Not a lot of people speak German, so this is the best we have. I believe it's either for people who are looking for something to listen to while doing something else, or for just people who don't care. Author JC is here. Hello, hello, hello. The eldest brother in Hill House did not have to be so hot. I mean, who said that? Yuang, and he's not that hot. He's just a guy. Hit him with your car. I still believe his best work is his original series, Midnight Mass. You are entitled to your opinions. Also, the person who wrote Boraska on No Sleep wrote for Hill House, which explains a lot. I have no idea what any of these words means, guys.
I don't know what Alaska is.
Yeah, but I do love Hill House. I thought second season was alright, not as good as first one. And I also thought Midnight Mass incredible. His movies are a bit weird for me.
I've never watched his movies. What has he done?
He has done one called Gerald's Game ?
Oh, yeah. I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, which has what's her face, Carla Bruni, or what's her name, the actress in it, and it's weird. Did he also do Oculus, or was that James Wu? I forget. But anything. Anyway. What do you mean you don't know the cultural icon of the internet horror that is Boraska?
Never heard of it.
We are two old millennials, so.
True.
Okay, now I want to watch Netflix. I have my word count for the day, so off I am. Thank you for the stream and sprints. Thank you for your service, Keiko. I don't pay enough attention to TV series directors, apparently. I know what I like, and that's
I
about
only
it.
know Mike Flanagan because you're the one who told me, oh, it's the same guy who made this and this and that. And I was like, oh, okay, then I know. But otherwise, I wouldn't know.
Okay.
It's hard
Well, I
for
do
me
like
to talk about Mike Flanagan because I have a personal connection.
Beef?
Yeah, I do.
Oh no!
Yeah. Very
Oh
personal.
no!
I knew him, so.
She also hates the monologues. I'm joking.
I hate the monologues. I just can't deal with it. I don't want to say it on live, streams, but
Totally understandable.
Private chat.
I have no personal beefs with Mike Flanagan, but if you have, I will beef with you. I am not above beefing.
Yeah,
with my friends.
it's on personal, not professional, but.
Okay.
Okay. With that, we are going into our second sprint of the day. Can we do this? There you go. Let's be productive, as Malin says. I need half an hour, maybe. I think that's going to be good. I know, Malin, I could just go below, but what's the fun in that? Let's do 30 minutes and 4 seconds. Yeah. Piss me off. 3, 2, 1, let's roll. Lovely, lovely. Ms. Malin, tries, how did you do for that sprint?
Do you want me to take the French accent to answer, or
Oh, please do. I wonder what a French person's French accent sounds like.
it's just me imitating how my dad speaks. He will speak to you like this. So
I am a little bit obsessed.
there is a strong pronunciation of the R because English people cannot pronounce the R the way that we do. So I feel like they stick to it so that everyone knows you are French. There is no doubt about it.
Scientifically, Malin, you just exponentially became so much cooler with the French accent.
You calling my dad cool? I don't think that.
I'm willing to give Mr. Tries a chance.
I set up my file in First Draft Pro. I decided I do really just enjoy the outline system, and when I've made an outline before, I love being able to have a look through the chapters outline of the way it works with them. So I just really like it. So I decided to try it with First Draft Pro, and I've written 66 words in it. Which is not a lot, but it's the first sentence is very, very hard to decide.
Can you regale us with the opening line?
I can. There's a few reasons I never travel to alpha-tagged planets. First, they're always infested with the most dangerous fauna and flora in the galaxy, hence the alpha tag. And second, due to said dangerous fauna and flora and the sweet, sweet promise of monetary rewards from various private corporations, they attract the worst idiots from Earth too.
Love it.
That's it.
So good.
Ms. Becca, in your American accent, what did you do for that sprint?
I can only do one accent. You don't want to hear me try other accents.
You should. I'm curious now.
You don't have like a typical California accent, do you?
Is it Valley Girl? Can you do a Valley Girl accent?
I mean, I feel like my amount of likes I use, I already do that naturally.
For these,
but yeah, I just
I kind of like got the tasks done.
I did not know that. Oh my god!
Love it.
Yeah,
Obsessed.
I feel that like all of the West Coast kind of has the same monotone kind of accent.
But I feel like the Valley Girl accent is more than an accent. It's also like all the little slang terms, like the little and just
I mean, it goes back to like the 80s, right? Like the whole gag me with the spin. Oh my god.
My husband is playing Bard in his current campaign in D&D. His name is Vibes, and she's got a Valley Girl accent.
Nice. Oh my gosh.
Obsessed.
That's awesome. Yeah, I actually ended up writing a little bit of the next chapter, one of the next chapters for the book version of Little Family Secrets. Because I was kind of...
Can you share a line?
No, God, no. I cannot share lines. I'm a terrible, I am 100% just write it and then fix it later kind of person. So, especially like what I just wrote, I wasn't sure how to get there because it's so it's so clunky that I would be just absolutely horrified to read it, but it gets the point across. And later I can fix it. Maybe in the next sprint I'll come up with a line that I can actually read out loud, but this one, I mean, you guys would be like, oh,
she's a writer.
No, because we all do that. So we listen and we don't judge when it comes to it.
Then you would listen and it would just be silent and be like, oh, great.
That's nice.
Nice. I know what you're trying to say there. I can see what you were trying to say. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll be silent.
Marta, how did you do for that sprint?
I'm gonna be honest, I did spend the entire sprint trying to fix my camera. And the problem is really embarrassing.
But it was successful.
Oh, what was the problem?
Well, first I thought maybe my 50 tabs were part of the problem, so I closed them all. They were not. Restarted my laptop, didn't help. Updated the program that makes me be able to use my camera, did not help. Turns out my camera was low on battery.
Oh no.
Ah.
So it's had 10 minutes to charge. Hopefully it'll be enough for the chatty bit, then I'll charge it again when we go back. Because it's so annoying, like it's using like a micro USB, which does have CC lines, so it should be able to charge. It does not. Like it disconnects the battery when I'm plugged into my laptop when it's on. If I
Oh,
turn it off, it
boo.
starts
Who
charging.
designed that? Who
I
designed
know,
that?
right?
I want names. And I got to 334 words, and then I watched a YouTube video.
Nice. Was it
What
Wallace's
YouTube video?
YouTube video, or was it someone else's?
It was not Wallace's YouTube video. I watched Bernadette Banner. She's like a
Yes,
dressmaker
and-
on the internet.
Ooh,
And
I
she
love
made like an historically accurate 19-something 20s question mark
I love her content.
gown version of the sparkly dress that Nicole Kidman wears in Moulin Rouge. And I was like, I wonder how it's made.
Ooh.
Like
Nice.
Moulin Rouge, yes. Baz Luhrmann, yes. Bernadette Banner, yes. So I just watched that, and it was a jolly good time. And then I finished my daily word count. Yeah, I said that. Let us see.
Can you read any lines?
Oh, sure. I am not as precious about my prose. The sickly sweet smell from the burning pits bit into his nostrils as they continued along the fence. He pulled up the bandana as they walked along. Oh, that's two alongs. And turned to his sister. Are we there yet? He asked. Her head covered with a cloak that they had pulled from a clothesline further down the valley.
Okay, that was really pretty, but also I just love the. Are we there yet?
Yeah, she's the little sister. She's the little sister, so I'm like, I'll have a. Are we there yet?
I love it.
But yeah, this is the first scene of the third act. So they're gonna do a jailbreak, and they're gonna sneak into town through an old smuggler tunnel that runs from a little divided, crooked hawthorn tree on the outside of the burning pits. The burning pits is an area in my world outside of like any major town where they burn monsters and humans.
Are you gonna have a map?
A map?
Yeah.
Oh, like in the front of the book? Yes,
Yeah.
I do plan to have a map.
Ooh, love it.
So yeah, they're just gonna sneak into town through the smuggler tunnel with the help of some Act 2 friends. And then gonna break people out of jail, or at least make an attempt. We'll see what happens. I don't know yet, as I
That
said.
could be a high surprise.
But all of it had so many dramatic moments, so I'm like, okay, actually gotta get some wins in here so we can actually wrap up the story and not just losses. Let's see. My brain is glitching hearing you speak a different accent. I love extra French Malin. I also love extra French Malin. Eva says I'm already 12,400 words into this month's draft. JK, April Fools. Miranda says, why did Becca just sound like me though? Zero joined us. Hello, hello. Mars says, the other day I said coffee. Jacob was like, we're in Philly. You can't say that here. Jessica got 578 words of outlining, and I'm obsessed. It's given Roanoke meets Atlantis with fated mates.
Oh.
I love all these things. Well,
I mean, same.
not
Give
too
me.
crazy about fated mates, but I do love Roanoke. I do love Atlantis.
I actually
love
love
mates.
mates.
I just, yeah, it's not for me, and that's okay. Not everything has to be for me. Wendy says, sometimes my drafting lines are so bad and I don't want to share them. I try not to be precious about it because then, I don't know.
No, this is really bad. I mean, this is an exception. Like, I probably would read normally what I just wrote, but have you ever just had one of those sessions where you're trying to get back into it and you're not really feeling it, but you just want to get back into it? And so then you just write and it doesn't even make sense a little bit. But
that is 70% of my sessions, Becca.
But we all understand it. Don't worry.
No, I know.
It's basically every Saturday morning for me, and then on Sunday I'm good again, and then I forget how to write again during the week.
Right. But then when you say read it out loud, I'm like, oh God, no. Like even in like the next sprint, I could probably fix up if I wanted to just the sentence a little bit. But right now it's just like, okay,
I mean, you don't have to share if you don't want to.
No,
You're supposed to enjoy it. Else,
really,
what is the point?
She's got bloody hands. Basically, the gist is she's got rubber gloves with bloody hands, and she's trying to turn on the sink with her elbow. But I'm like, is it the sink lever or the? I couldn't figure out what the word is for the the lever that lifts up the sink. So I was like, she turned on her. So you see what I'm saying? It like.
I did not realize there were levers that lift the sinks, so I don't know.
Yeah, the kind of sinks that have the long stuff you just lift up to turn on.
I would just have called it
the tab?
Is it a tab? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That's what I'd call
I
it.
think so.
But also you would just call that a tap in England because you say tap water and everything in England. So I don't know if in the States
we also
you
say tap in Norwegian.
Well, see, I guess what we would say, we turn on the sink. I know that doesn't.
See, that sounds strange to me. How do you turn on a sink?
Now saying it out loud, but that is what we say. Like, oh, I turned on the sink. But yeah, you're right.
You don't say sink water.
I know, like saying it out loud. I understand how silly Americans are, but like, but yeah, but so, and that's probably what was confusing me, to be honest, because I'm like, she turned on the sink, and that didn't sound right, even though that's the saying that you would say.
Yeah. Maybe
faucet,
that's right.
The American word, apparently.
Is that right? Saying faucet handle?
But faucet handle also seems like a lot of words for something.
Too? Like she turned on the faucet handle. Well, maybe that doesn't sound bad.
Can you just like she turned on the sink with her elbow?
Yeah, I literally. Now I'm gonna end up reading the stupid sentence.
It's going to end up in one of these. It's going to end up in one of these TikTok videos of girls who are like reading like sentences that they don't understand. Like he grinned with like, and it's always like, I don't know, he smirked with no teeth or something. They're trying to recreate it.
Yeah, exactly. And you're trying to do it in a way that sounds good, but it just is like, yeah.
That's also a problem for future Becca, though.
True. It is. That's why I just wrote it that she turned on the sink, done, okay, with her elbow. And then I figured I could fix it later if I need to.
In post.
Yeah, fix it in post.
So that's half the sentence. You got turned on the sink.
Laura says, I love sharing my lines. It's a guilty pleasure. There's nothing guilty about it, Laura. It's a pleasure, period. Your attitude is probably healthier, Stig. I don't know about that, but we try. In New York, we say tap water. Faucet or sink, yeah. New York sometimes says turn on the tap, but that's the stream of water, not the handle itself.
Right.
Yes, water from the tap, but the tap is like just the part that the water comes out from, not the whole faucet. She flipped the sink on with her elbow.
That's basically what I wrote.
The faucet is on top and the handle, I think. She turned on the sink with her elbow. Makes sense to me, but grammatically it just stretch the brain.
Know. Yes.
It makes sense, but it doesn't present the imagery that she wants, maybe.
Right. Okay, see, this is making me feel better, by the way, that there was a whole conversation about how this is kind of a difficult thing.
This is the writer community, after all. We will talk about any words.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I don't feel so bad, because it is kind of a weird thing to say and write.
It's the thing that's stripping me up is the fact that you're still saying turn it on. Like, to turn it on, you don't need to say, like, you can just say the sink or the water or whatever, but the act itself is what's going to turn it on. So it's like she lifted the tap or she lifted the faucet or whatever.
Yes. I literally put Virginia used her elbow to lift the sink handle as water poured out of the spout.
And you can fix it in post.
But it's all like, I was looking as literal as I possibly could so that I could be like, okay, this is what is happening. Later, I can make this sound good.
There's nothing a group of writers loves more than coming together to craft the perfect phrase for a scenario. Am I weird for thinking she turned on the tap, sink, etc. with her elbow is normal without any errors in comprehension? I agree, Sarah. I agree.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I would think of whatever sink I've got in my house, and I would immediately be like, but it's a turn.
Right. That's why I was all like, okay, I have to make it clear that it's like a.
I mean, maybe she's just with her elbow grinding around. You don't know her life balance.
There we go. I got it.
Turn on the tap with her elbow would be perfect for Phoebe. What more do you need, Becca? What more do you need?
Okay, all right.
I would not think about my sink if the story said she turned it on with her elbow.
Okay. All right. I'm leaving it. I'll change it later, but yeah.
Also, though, my kitchen has the singular handle. Yeah, I have a handle, but my handle is on top of the spout.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, but see, you could still lift it with your elbow with that.
Yeah, you can still do that.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I mean, that's kind of how I imagined it. Like
Everyone
have
show
any-
us your handles.
I don't have anything like downstairs on my sink. My kitchen handle is the same as yours, Steve. Very
Yeah.
bougie thing, Sarah. I see you. Hands-free on sinks is optimal. Works perfectly for me, and this is written purely for me, right? I'm the sole audience, yeah? I mean,
this is it.
yeah.
Phoebe.
Just
Right
if you
here.
buy 1 million copies, Phoebe, I can make this happen for you. You can get exactly what you want. I agree with Eva. I would just roll with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone else wondering why there's a bunch of sink pics in the cafe. Let that sink in, or whatever the meme is.
That's good.
Okay, are you ready for another sprint? Is that too presumptuous? Am I going too fast? Because we got a book to write. Well, I got a book to write, and Malin has a book to write, and Becca has a
And
book
I
to
haven't
write.
started writing yet, so absolutely.
Oh my god, yes.
Were you doing Project Side for April, Marta? You said, but
Yeah, so I'm currently working on Project Site, but like Project Voice is my spring book, so I might change if it's like if it starts smelling like flowers and I feel like working on Project Voice, I'll switch over.
oh, I saw the first roadside flower today, and I took a picture of it. I'm going to share because
Oh my
it just
god, let's see.
brought me joy. It's called a horse hoof in Norwegian. I don't know the. Also, I took a picture with my nephew today, and I'm going to share it because you can't really see that as a person, but it's just the funniest thing ever. It's like the Snapchat filter on it, and it's just the cutest.
Oh my god.
But I was sharing flowers, like this, the first roadside flower of the year.
Oh my goodness.
Keeps blurring.
I know.
You can blur it. Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
god, it looks like a crime scene photo. Hold on. Let me turn on this blur. Oop. Nope. That's a renovation project.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Oh, it's so pretty.
What are these colors? There you go.
Yellow.
No.
Look at the little bugger. A singular flower.
Oh.
Love it.
Oh,
It
that
was so
makes me
pretty.
happy. I love spring.
There's
Autumn
I
is
also
great,
love
but spring is better.
so many trees and flowers now in London. It's so nice.
Well, how good for London? Well, London is a lot further south than I am, I think, question mark. I don't actually know the physicality of
Yes,
the Great
it
British
is, it
Isles.
is.
But
It's at the south of the British island itself. So,
yeah, but I don't know like the British Isles compared to the Norwegian mainland. But I think the entirety of Britain is like below us.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's also been really sunny for the past couple of weeks. So it's been lovely.
It's so nice.
Ooh, we're also having a really sunny week, and we're sitting inside looking at my dirty windows. We've only got crocuses so far that I've seen. Oh, I do love a good crocus though, or like a little bluebell.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
I
You don't have
any-
seasons in LA, so
we don't have
it's
seasons.
always spring. No, we don't have any seasons. Like we technically have the seasons, but it's always green flowers everywhere. Like it's not.
I've always wondered what I would wear if I were in a place because I love winter clothes so much. Like, I just love layering.
Oh, that
Just
little
like,
tan
oh,
jacket of yours, no Malin, so chic.
Body, yeah, and your body adjusts to the thing. So what's terrible about that in a way is that when it's always like a 70-degree, 80-degree kind of weather, when it drops down to like 50 or like Celsius,
We're trying. Okay,
so
wait.
it's always about 23, 25 here. So it's always like
Oh, that sounds
a
nice.
nice.
70's 21. Okay.
So
That's a
when
good Norwegian summer day. It's
Yeah,
like 25, 28.
Right, and that's kind of how it is year round. But then when it drops down to like, not even that, like 17 or something like that, you're freezing because your blood has like adjusted to the warmth. So you still wear warm, like I still have sweaters and stuff like that, but nothing like crazy. Like when I went to Toronto and it was, just very cold. I had to buy a whole new wardrobe practically. Yeah. Exactly. Knew everything because I did not have anything remotely close that would.
My favorite thing about when we start getting British winter is that for some reason on TikTok you have a bunch of people who aren't from Britain who live there who are like, they weren't lying, it gets really cold, and then same in summer they're like, oh my god, the heat here hits differently, it's like way hot, and I'm from a really hot country and I don't get it. It's like Yeah, it's the humidity that kills you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how Florida was when I went to film school there. It was just like, degrees wise, it might not be that bad, but the humidity just makes it stifling. It's just
Yeah.
so
I
bad.
We also live with no aircon in this country. So.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
Which is probably much better for the environment, to be fair. But
I think it's just because that, like, we didn't used to have a reason, and then global warming. So.
yeah. Well, that's true because I grew up, was born and raised in Seattle, which is the same sort of weather as London, and no, I never even, I didn't even know what air conditioning was when I moved to LA. So when I got my car in LA, I got a car without air conditioning.
Oh
God
no,
bless
Rebecca!
Becca.
Like the
Roll these
biggest
windows.
thing ever. Oh my god! It was like literally, and that was when I was a nanny. The poor kids, like they would make me borrow Stefan's car that had air conditioning because they're just like, we can't survive. It's too hot. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Gotta
yeah,
breathe.
but that's the problem is your brain just gets so used to not having air conditioning that I was just like, I don't need air conditioning. I'll be fine. Yeah.
Speaking of air conditioning, we're going into another sprint.
Is this a message from you, Steve, that I need to make more timers?
I just want to, as I said, support local artists. I'm trying to give you that watch time, so
I'll make a third one at some point.
Yeah. Do you take orders?
Well, I've already got some images I want to use, but I can take orders for after. It's just that I really want to make a cocktail one.
Ooh.
That is very mal-encoded.
I am so like in summer mode right now. Like I've just booked a holiday and everything. I'm like, that's all I'm thinking of. So you got the sea, the plane. Next comes the cocktail.
Oh.
I mean,
Do
as
you
it
take
was.
requests for times? Because I want 45 minutes or longer, please.
I'm doing 1 hour ones now. So that was the only 30
Okay.
minute. The plane one is 1 hour. And for some reason, it doesn't mark up where the times are, but I have put them in the description. So I don't know what else to do. YouTube is just failing me.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna do a 30-minute seaside timer, no music, waves, alarm. What is the time? We might do another timer after this if, the vibes are vibing. But we'll see. 3, 2, 1, go do whatever you want for 30 minutes.
Steve? Maybe he's highly focused.
Hello.
Steve. Very haunting.
Oh, we get to snoop at his recommendations. Oh, never mind. Hi, Steve.
Hello. How did everyone do for that sprint, Miss Malin?
Good. I made an 8 dinner, which was just reheating leftovers from yesterday, so that was easy. And
Yum.
wrote another paragraph, and then just did. I started watching a new YouTube video while I was eating because I can't write and eat at the same time, unfortunately.
Do you recommend the Bernard Banner video?
I started a Jordan Theresa video, which I don't think many people know. She's a British YouTuber that does like video essays. And this one is called The Doomed Politics of the Pick Me. It's all about, like pick me girls and how it's being weaponized, blah, blah, blah. And like how originally the I'm not like other girl was meant to be, a feminist statement for girls who were othered, but then became she's a pick me girl, etc. Blah, blah. So it's interesting.
Blah, 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 blah.
She does play the scene from Grey's Anatomy in the video, but in case you were wondering.
So no writing, we're done. So no lines to share.
I did a tiny bit of writing. I wrote one more paragraph, but there's not a lot there. So,
do you want to share a line from it?
I can share the last line. It's very short.
Yes.
Because without clients, one cannot get paid.
Fact. She's good in fact.
She's explaining why she's going to go save their asses, even though they're idiots.
Miss Becker.
I actually ate lunch. And then I did a little writing, which I am not going to share this time. Somehow I got tricked into sharing, and I don't want to do it again.
Share.
I mean, you sparked a whole interesting conversation.
I know, but that's true.
Can we just know if there were any sinks involved this time?
No more sinks.
Aww.
Just bloody gloves.
Just bloody gloves, yes.
Marta, how did you do?
I actually did some writing this sprint. Look at me go.
Ooh, do you want to share a line?
I actually did send myself a line over Facebook because I'm writing in the other room, so moving stuff over.
Well, how fortuitous.
So I've got one
for
picked
us.
up for you.
I love it.
It is slightly edited to avoid spoilers because this is a sequel and I'm not spoiling book 1.
Okay.
And it's also first draft level. Don't laugh at me.
I mean, yes, this is a safe space.
Freed, self-obsessed asshole that he wasn't nearly as impressed. Maybe the forest isn't as tough as an environment as you make it out to be.
Oh my god, I love self-obsessed asshole.
That is the only reason I wanted to share that line. It's not that good, but just that bit.
Love it. Thank you for sharing. I finished the Bernadette Banner video, did my daily Duolingo tasks, and then I did some more writing, so I'm at 434 for the day.
Nice.
Nice. Let's see, our friends did. Zara was doing admin work for Inimitable Books. I was gone and there were public panic. Author Jessica did 100% spend this entire sprint making a cute little cover for the Hot Wet Queer Summer Jam story. Yes, is that what I should have been doing? Absolutely not.
We
There
love a
you
cover. You should always do a cover.
We do love a cover. We do love a cover. Mars did their reading journal spread, started a vlog, and then Jacob and I figured out that we are gonna do for dinner later.
Ooh.
What's on the menu?
Mm-hmm.
Miranda's taking lunch and working on their synopsis, as you should. Oh, and Mars wonder if they can get the unedited spoiler version, Marta.
You can't.
Oh, you're gonna deny Mars. It's cold.
Sorry.
But Mars is not one of the ones who keeps, accidentally outing people's secret titles.
Oh
So
my god. I still feel terrible for that, Mars. I still feel...
No, but it would spoil the reveal of the cliffhanger of the end of book 1, so...
Oh.
I mean, just
Mars says
like tiny
boo.
bit. Sorry.
I also decided to try to make a cover again. I love this, Wendy. I love anything. I love making covers. I'm on my 5th cover for this draft, and it's the first draft. So
I need to make one
Yeah.
for Project Alien. I'm itching to make covers as well. It's gonna be fun.
is it going to be as good as The Art of Summoning Demons?
No, I don't think I'm gonna put as much effort into it because it's gonna be a temporary project cover for now. So, and the Art of Summoning Demons similarly had a temporary one, I think, at some point, and then
I
this.
think my Kindle file has a temp cover.
So it has to start with one I don't love, and then it'll end up with one I'm like, this is the one.
I mean, I really like the temp cover for Art of Summoning Demon too. I thought it was great. So
Thank you.
it's fine. By the time I get back around to writing my cowboy book, no one will ever remember. But I'll know deep in my heart until I get dementia what I did to you. And dinner is pizza, which is valid. It's very Jersey of you. Did I miss any comments? Florida is wild though because it's so hot and humid outside, and then you walk into a store and it's so cold. I had to carry a sweater with me the whole time.
That's true. Yeah, inside is very hot. Yeah, of course. What's wrong with me?
57 Fahrenheit, 14 Celsius. Yep. Celsius and 45% humidity. Feels like 49 F with our 14 miles per hour wind weather check. There you go. And Zara had a fan going full time in the summer without aircon. Oof, yeah. And yeah, this is same in New York. It's been 2.5 hours, so I think I'm gonna pull the plug on old grandma here.
Fair.
And yeah, because I gotta go to bed too, and I try to do like an hour of no internet time before bedtime.
Oh, that's really healthy. I love that for you.
I know. I spend it to just read. Is what I do. So I
The
get
problem is, what if you need to read on a screen? I feel like that's.
Oh, I'm not an ebook reader.
Okay.
Yeah, I physical copies or audiobooks, and I
What
don't
are you-
really do audiobooks in.
What are you reading right now? Is it the Story Grid or is it a more fun book?
I mean, the Story Grid might be fun. I have not cracked that open yet.
It's
but
a
it looks-
non-fiction book.
I mean, yeah, but I enjoy non-fiction books.
True.
But what I'm reading leisurely for leisure is Lucky Red by Claudia. Is that her name? Claudia something. I should have known this. Lucky Red, Claudia Cravens. There you go. It's like a cowboy book. I'm trying to just gather some inspo for the inevitable revision of my own project. So I have like a short list of a few like Wild West books that I think I would like to be inspired by.
Oh, nice.
So I'm starting up with this one. We love setting boundaries for self-care. That is so healthy. I could never. Unfortunately, Philly pizza isn't quite as good as Jersey pizza, but our local place actually is pretty good. I love that.
Yes.
Hate that for us, love that for you. Yeah, it's been helping with falling asleep too. So
I should try that.
they might be onto something. I don't know. The scientists.
Are
might be
you
onto something.
saying that me scrolling down TikTok for an hour and a half is not conducive to having a good sleep?
That
mean-
can't be right.
It helps for me.
That's gotta be wrong.
I mean, I
maybe
actually
I'm
find
the
I sleep
outlier.
worse if I read before bed, so I think
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah.
works better.
I can't read before bed because then I'm just gonna continue reading and not go to bed. That's the problem.
Or go to bed and daydream about what's going to happen next and then not fall asleep for 3 hours.
Oh,
That also happens.
That's a good one too.
I'm one of those people who just go to bed, close my eyes, and then I fall asleep. So, which I feel like is a brag in 2025.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just closing your eyes and going to sleep, cold turkey.
Yeah, that's mental. Don't you have little scenarios in your head that you have to play over and over again that will fuel essentially your future book at some point or another before you fall asleep? Because
No, I think about plot, and then that's like kind of what I fall asleep to. But it's like 3 minutes, and then, lights out. We need to sleep. Bang. Shocked Pikachu. I'm sorry. That's what you get for being like a dumb boy. Like, head empty, no thoughts. It is a blessing. I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much to Malin and Becca and Marta for being on camera with me today. I think we got, the groundworks of an April made, laid, and slayed today. I don't know.
Love that.
I'm happy with today's efforts by everyone. Tomorrow is another Wednesday, which means there's going to be Trouble Wednesday, and is my Wednesday, so it's going to be a Tarot Wednesday if you're into that.
Ooh.
And yeah, as always, thank you so much to the lovely ladies on screen. Do you have any closing statements?
No.
People rest his case. Okay.
Small closing statement. If anyone in the description isn't aware and knows me from previously, I do have a new channel, different to my old channel.
I think it's linked below, question mark. It might not be.
You might actually still have my old one, which would make me sad. Hold on.
Oh, no.
No, you have my new one. Yay!
Look at that.
Good job, me. Good job, that's me. I just do the auto one now where it can fill in your description automatically with like a preset. And I just listed everyone who's ever been on my channel there. And sometimes I go back and delete the ones that were not on camera, and sometimes I don't,
Do you just put, these people might be on screen, and then you just have the list?
I'm just like the usual suspects, and then I've linked everyone, and then I when I make the stream, I just edit out the ones who are not going to be on camera.
Love that.
Yeah. A lot of your links are broken because they have space in them. Yeah, but the gist is there. The thought is there. And as we know, it is the thought that counts, Mars. So, as always, I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye!